following portion of Ozarks Fox AM is sponsored by PBR Missouri Thunder.
The PBR Thunder Days is happening this weekend, August 30th through September 1st. And here with all the details in this weekend's event is Missouri Thunder General Manager Luke Snyder and Missouri Thunder writer Grayson Cole. Good morning, gentlemen. So great to have you.
Morning.
Morning. Thanks for having us.
I was just saying to Luke, it was like 2 months ago that we were, getting the word out about this weekend's events. And it seems like yesterday we literally had you in, but it was like months ago.
Yeah, the day's here. We're all been waiting for, so it's been great, and we're really excited to bring the PBR back to Springfield for the first time since 2019.
Yeah, I remember because I was there in 2019 because we had, the big thing outside with the bull outside in the cage in front of the arena, and then of course being down at, Thunder Ridge, amazing venue as well. But we're glad you're back. By the way, how did it go with your team? When I saw you down at Top of the Rock, you were having the big team building exercises that weekend. How did it go with the team?
It went great. We have some new faces this year on Team Thunder, and Grayson being one of them. So it's just kind of a chance to get together and get the team clicking before the season starts. And it went great, and these guys have just really made a great bond, and the team's really clicking along.
That's great. Grayson, since this is like your first year with the Missouri Thunder, can you kind of take us from the team building to now and how you're doing with all of it?
I was figuring we were all going to get along pretty well. That weekend went very good, and I figured we were all going to mash up pretty well and do good this year, so I'm really excited to see what the rest of the year is all about.
Grayson, how do you take the individual competitor that you are and translate that to the team competition where it's like, you're usually out for yourself. You're usually out number one. Got to get that 8 seconds, ride as long as you can, but then turning that into the team atmosphere that you do with the Thunder.
It still is individuals deep down. I mean, we're still there to do a job that we were put on this earth to do, but when it really comes down to it, when the team's on your back, it's kind of an oh crap moment where you're like, all right, I got to step up and help out the boys here for a moment. And so it's definitely a little bit stressful at times, but it's a good time. I like the format.
Yeah. How long have you been riding?
Since I was 7, and I'm 25.
Wow. And what have you taken, and what have you learned from Luke here?
Oh, they as long as we try, they're happy with our performance. I think we have one of the best teams in the league, and we don't quit until our head hits the ground, and that's our motto.
Yeah.
Luke, speaking of the team, how you doing this season so far?
We're doing great. We've been kind of teetering around the halfway mark out of 10 teams. We've been around that playing with 5th, but it's pretty log jammed as far as the standings go. So we have a great weekend here in Springfield and go 3 for 3. We're going to be right up there in the tip top.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Do you think being on like Missouri home turf, does that just bring like another energy?
It does, and we tour all over the nation. We've been to Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York already, and even when I was back being a rider myself, Springfield, Missouri has the loudest, most intense crowd, and Great Southern Bank Arena is such an intimate setting. There's really not a bad seat in the house, and these guys hear that. They hear the crowd going nuts, and it really turns their motor up.
Yeah.
Is it like a football game? When you have that home field advantage, the crowd really cheers for that. But I know a lot of people travel from all over the country to these events, though. So it's a little mixed of both people from outside of town and inside of town? Yeah.
I mean, you see people, you recognize people in the stands that you saw halfway across the country that are starting to tour with us, just like you said. And, it's great. They're going to save us for the last game every night. We're going to turn up the music really loud, get everybody really fired up. And then, we knew what bulls we had before we found out Tuesday what bulls we have. So we have a great animal athlete lineup that we paired these guys with. So we're ready to compete.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, does that give you an advantage knowing what bulls you're going to be with? Like, obviously that's allowed. It's not illegal to do that. Does it give you some sort of advantage, do you feel, to know the bull?
For some guys it does. Some guys it's kind of some guys are head cases, so they don't like to know what they're getting on.
Yeah.
But each guy, it's all the same kind of. Some guys like to do a lot of research on them. Some guys don't like to.
That's one thing I learned last year. I didn't know about the whole bulls and kind of knowing which one does what. Because I was down there at Thunder Ridge, and he was telling me about that. I was like, I didn't even think about that. So you could psych yourself out, or you could have an advantage, like thinking, okay, I know what they did last time.
Yep, it can go one of two ways. Because, I mean, in the end, these animals are their own beings, and they could stick to a track, or they're going to change it up and do something different. So.
The hardest part about bull riding is the thinking about it before you get on. You train during the week, and then you know what you're supposed to do, and then when you get down on the bull, when you ride the best, you're not thinking about anything because it happens fast.
Yeah, oh, so fast.
Yeah.
So if someone's never been to, PBR Thunder Days. It's ladies' night tomorrow. I'll be out there. What can they expect? You know, how early should they get there?
Well, the fan zone's going to start at 4:30, and we have an awesome fan zone with live music, beer gardens. Since we're on a college campus, we're going to be doing boot shines and haircut stations for the kids, and they're going to have live music with a guitar player. Andy Velo's great. Monster Energy's having a big party in the parking lot. So get there at 4:30. The guys are going to be signing autographs starting at 5:15 at the Bass Pro booth, and then once you step inside, I mean, they're going to start firing up the crowd. So.
All right, Grayson, where are you from originally? I forgot to ask you.
I live in Fredonia, PA right now, Pennsylvania.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know bull riding was big in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
It's-
right?
Who knew?
It's decent.
Yeah.
Guys, there's the information on your screen right now. Are tickets still available?
Tickets are still available, yeah. Missouri State Tix, TIX.com, and then we got a student ticket. If you just type in student 24, we're doing a $10 ticket for students. And then Bass Pro 25, you use that code, you'll get 25% off your ticket.
Awesome. Have great fun this weekend. Please be safe, my friend.
Do you say good luck before, or you
Do you
say
say break a leg? Or?
Do you say break a leg? I don't think you
know.
want to.
Guys, don't go anywhere. So much more fun on Ozarks Fox AM after this. I was like, what do you say? Good luck?
What do you
Break
say?
a leg?
The preceding portion of Ozarks Fox AM was sponsored by PBR Missouri Thunder.